1,000 Olp Sisters star Tammy gets special weight loss injections, but ends up with physical complications. Tammy Slayton, star of the popular reality show 1,000 Olp Sisters, used a special type of injection to lose weight. However, the injection caused various complications in her body. This weight loss attempt has adversely affected her health, which has faced new challenges. Tammy Slayton had always dreamed of a life where she could move freely, breathe without struggle, and finally feel like she was in control of her body. After years of battling obesity, she decided to take a bold step. She opted for a new weight loss injection that promised rapid results. At first, the effects were incredible. Within weeks, the numbers on the scale started dropping. Clothes that once fit tightly now hung loosely. Friends and family praised her progress. And for the first time in years, Tammy felt hope. But soon, the side effects began. At first, it was just mild nausea, then constant fatigue. One morning, she woke up with sharp pains in her abdomen. Brushing it off as nothing, she continued her routine. But as the days passed, the pain worsened. Then came the dizziness, the unbearable migraines, and the moments where she struggled to catch her breath. Doctors ran tests and found that the injections had caused unexpected complications. Her body was rejecting the rapid changes. Malnutrition set in, and her organs were struggling to adjust to the sudden weight loss. If we don't act now, things could get worse, the doctor warned. Tammy faced a difficult choice. She could stop the injections and regain some of the weight, or she could continue and risk severe health issues. After much thought, she chose to stop. It was painful to watch the numbers on the scale rise again, but she realized that true change had to come gradually, with care and patience. Through therapy, a balanced diet, and controlled exercise, Tammy found a healthier path. It was slower, harder, and full of challenges, but this time, she was in control. The journey wasn't just about losing weight. It was about finding herself. And this time, she was determined to do it the right way. However, Tammy and Amy Slayton were beyond excited. They had always dreamed of traveling, and now, thanks to their growing success, they were finally going on their first international trip to London. Tammy, do you really need to bring 5 bags? Amy asked as she struggled to zip her suitcase. Girl, you know I need my snacks and comfy clothes. Tammy shot back, stuffing another hoodie into her luggage. Amy rolled her eyes. We're going to London, not the North Pole. As usual, their packing turned into chaos. Gage, Amy's little boy, kept running around, trying to climb into her suitcase, while Tammy struggled to decide which makeup to take. Their brother Chris stopped by to check on them. Y'all better be ready. That plane ain't waiting for 2 Kentucky girls lost in their own house, he joked. The next morning, they arrived at the airport, excited but nervous. Tammy, who had recently lost more weight, was feeling more confident about traveling. Do you think they have biscuits and gravy in London? Amy wondered aloud. Tammy laughed. Girl, I think they got more tea than gravy. Getting through security was an experience in itself. Amy had packed too many snacks, and security had to check her bags. Ma'am, you can't bring this much cheese, the officer said. But it's my emergency cheese, Amy protested. After a long wait and some giggles, they finally boarded the plane. Tammy was thrilled about her first flight, but Amy was nervous. What if the plane runs out of air? She whispered. That's not how planes work, Amy, Tammy sighed. After a long flight, they landed in London, exhausted but excited. Their first stop? A classic double-decker bus tour. Look, Tammy, Big Ben. Amy pointed excitedly. Where's the tea? I need some real British tea, Tammy joked. The sisters explored Buckingham Palace, tried fish and chips, though Amy missed her hot sauce, and even attempted to speak with British accents. Oi, mate, where's the nearest KFC? Amy asked a confused Londoner. Their trip was full of laughter, sightseeing, and, of course, food. Tammy and Amy proved that no matter where they went, they'd always be themselves, funny, adventurous, and totally chaotic. As they sat by the River Thames, Enjoying a peaceful moment, Amy sighed. "Tammy, we made it to London. Who would have thought?" Tammy smiled. "Girl, this is just the beginning." However, Amy and Tammy sat on their couch, their hearts pounding. Today was the big day. The weigh-in that would determine if they had made enough progress for Tammy's weight loss surgery. Their journey had been full of ups and downs, but this moment would decide their future. Amy had already undergone her surgery and was making progress, but Tammy struggled. Emotional eating had been her comfort for years. However, after nearly losing her life to a breathing issue, she knew she had to change. Over the past 6 months, Tammy followed Dr. Smith's strict diet plan and exercised daily. She fought cravings, attended therapy, and even started swimming to stay active. Amy supported her through every step, cooking healthy meals and keeping her accountable. As they arrived at the clinic, Tammy's hands trembled. The nurse called her name, and she stepped onto the scale, squeezing Amy's hand tightly. The numbers flashed. Amy gasped. Tammy's eyes filled with tears. She had lost 125 pounds. Dr. Smith smiled. "Tammy, you've done it. You qualify for surgery." Tears streamed down Tammy's face as Amy hugged her. "I'm so proud of you, sis." For the first time in years, Tammy felt hope. She knew the surgery was only the beginning, but she was ready. With Amy by her side, she was finally on the path to a healthier life. Their journey wasn't over, but today they celebrated a victory, one step closer to their dreams. However, Amy Slatton had always struggled with her weight, but after undergoing weight loss surgery, she found herself on a new path, one that required not just physical changes but emotional healing as well. Being one of the 1,000 Olb sisters came with its own challenges, and after years of battling obesity, Amy was determined to rebuild her life. After her second baby was born, Amy realized that losing weight wasn't just about numbers on a scale. It was about being present for her children. But the stress of single motherhood, her past traumas, and the pressures of reality TV made her journey even harder. One day, while filming for TLC, Amy decided to take a break from everything and visit a secluded wellness retreat in the Kentucky countryside. There, she met Dr. Harper, a therapist who specialized in emotional eating. Through their sessions, Amy uncovered deep-seated insecurities from childhood, moments when food was her only comfort. At the retreat, Amy also met Lisa, a woman who had lost 300 pounds and now worked as a mentor for others struggling with obesity. Lisa shared her story of self-love and discipline, inspiring Amy to look beyond the physical transformation. Healing isn't just about losing weight, Amy, Lisa told her one evening by the campfire. It's about forgiving yourself, loving who you are now, and believing you deserve happiness. As the weeks passed, Amy embraced meditation, journaling, and mindful eating. Slowly, she started feeling lighter, not just physically but emotionally. She returned home with a new mindset, ready to face life's challenges without turning to food for comfort. When she reunited with her sister, Tammy, there were tears and laughter. Tammy, who was also on her own journey, hugged Amy tightly. "I'm proud of you, sis," she whispered. Amy knew the road ahead wouldn't be easy, but for the first time, she believed in herself. Not just as a mother, not just as a reality TV star, but as a woman capable of healing and happiness. However, Amy and Tammy Slatton had always struggled with their weight, but after years of setbacks, they decided to challenge themselves by training for a 5K charity walk. Their doctor encouraged them to build stamina, and their trainer, Mike, pushed them hard. But nobody expected the event to turn into a full-blown disaster. On race day, Amy was feeling confident. She had trained consistently, lost some weight, and even bought new workout gear. Tammy, on the other hand, was struggling. She hadn't taken training as seriously and was dreading the long walk. As the starting horn blew, Amy took off with determination, while Tammy huffed and puffed behind her, already regretting signing up. The camera crew followed them closely, capturing every step. Halfway through, Tammy had enough. She threw down her water bottle and screamed, I ain't doing this no more. The crowd turned to look as she dramatically sat on the pavement, refusing to move. Amy rushed back, trying to encourage her. Tammy, we trained for this. You can do it, Amy pleaded. No, I can't. My knees hurt, my feet hurt, and you're leaving me behind, Tammy yelled, tears forming. Mike, the trainer, tried to calm her down, but it was useless. TLC producers whispered among themselves, realizing this was gold for the next episode. Just as the argument escalated, another contestant, an elderly woman named Martha, collapsed near them from exhaustion. Without thinking, Tammy forgot her frustration and called for help. The medical team rushed in, but Tammy's quick reaction was praised by the crowd. You saved her, Amy gasped. Tammy, still out of breath, shrugged. Guess I ain't totally useless. Despite not finishing the race, Tammy became an internet hero overnight. However, Tammy Slayton sat in the doctor's office, her fingers nervously tapping against her lap. After years of struggling with obesity, she had finally lost enough weight to qualify for skin removal surgery. It was supposed to be a moment of celebration, a sign of how far she had come. But as Dr. Reynolds laid out the surgery plan, Tammy's excitement turned to frustration. I just don't think this is what I wanted, she muttered, crossing her arms. Dr. Reynolds sighed, adjusting his glasses. Tammy, we have to do the procedure in stages. Removing too much skin at once can be dangerous. But I wanted it all gone, Tammy protested. I've worked so hard. I don't want to feel trapped in my own body anymore. Her sister, Amy, placed a reassuring hand on Tammy's shoulder. I get it, Tam, but maybe slow and steady is better. You don't want to rush and have complications, right? Tammy frowned, staring at her reflection in the small mirror on the desk. She had come so far, losing over 300 pounds, gaining confidence, and finally feeling like she had control over her life. But the loose skin was a painful reminder of the body she used to have. Later that night, she sat on her bed scrolling through old pictures on her phone. Seeing the person she used to be brought tears to her eyes. I don't want to be that person anymore, she whispered to herself. Determined, she grabbed her phone and called Dr. Reynolds. Okay, she said as soon as he picked up. Let's do this your way, but I need to know it's gonna be worth it. Dr. Reynolds chuckled. It will be, Tammy. Trust me. For the first time in a long time, she took a deep breath and let go of some of the fear. This wasn't the end of her journey, just another step forward. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome to my channel. I am Mina. Hope your day is so well. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel.